Hey, what's up, y'all? This is me. Yep, we're here, Irving Fryar, here at the fireplace where the conversations are fire. We are doing our show mobily. Yes, we are. We're mobile right now. We are in actually Cancun, Mexico. Yeah, doing the show. That's how important you all are to me. That we make sure our subscribers that we come on weekly and give you what you're looking for. Phenomenal guests with phenomenal stories. So we're here. I'm at the Zalari Hotel. It's a Hyatt Zalari in Cancun, Mexico. Thank God for modern technology. Boy, it's awesome. It is awesome. Y'all come on in the room. I see three of us in the room. Listen, let me know who you are. We've got a great guest today. We actually have a surprise for our guest today. Surprise for you as well. But I see three of you. I don't see anybody in the comments yet. Throw your name in the comments. Let me know who is with us right now. We're having a great time. My wife and I here in Cancun, trying to get away and relax a little bit. Y'all, self-care is not selfish. Make sure you take care of yourself. Take some time to get away, to relax, to breathe, to honor yourself. Yeah, the world is crazy right now, and the hustle and bustle that we go through on a daily basis, we never really take the time out. A lot of us never really take the time out to take care of ourselves, to think about ourselves. So do that. Self-care. Remember, self-care is not selfish. You're not being selfish taking care of yourself. Who's on with us? There's some more coming in. I don't see you. Throw your name. Throw something. There you. I see you, Dr. Tinsley. All right, somebody's coming in the room. What's going on, Dr. Tinsley? Listen, I got a name for your show too. You're going to be a guest on the fireplace. I'm creating like a the fireplace is going to be like what's that called? Like a Netflix, where there'll be different shows on the fireplace. Yeah. And your show is going to be called, tell me if you like this or not, Dr. Tinsley, Talk with Dr. Tanya. Yeah. Let's have a talk with Dr. Tanya. I know you like that. I like that too. That's going to be one of my shows. Come on in the room. Who else is in the room? I see a bunch of folk coming on, but you're not saying anything. What's up, Richard? What's happening? Good to see you, my brother. Always good to see you. We're on YouTube. We're restreaming. We're on YouTube right now live, all the way from Mexico. Man, this is just amazing. All the way from Mexico. We're on YouTube right now at the fireplace. We're also on Facebook, my personal Facebook page, just trying to get us all out there. You love that name, Dr. Tinsley? All right, I love the name too. That's what we're going to go with. Talk with Dr. Tanya. Yeah, that's our talk this week with Dr. Tanya. And we're going to have our talk with Dr. Tanya at the fireplace this week. See, that sounds good. Yeah, this rolls off the tongue. I got another guy who wants to do a show. He's a chef. His name is Marty. So we're going to call the show Marty's Menu. Yeah, go ahead, Fryar. That's a bad dude. Marty's Menu. So Marty's Menu will be on the fireplace on this particular day. We'll see what he has for us and has for us in stores in terms of some kind of recipe, something for us to eat. There's two of you that had said something. Who else is with us? Before I bring our guest in, I want to see some more folk come on in the room. We had a contest last week. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on as well. Actually, our guest will be included in that. Only one person won. Only a couple of people actually logged in and sent emails and guessed who was going to win the game last week between the Vikings and the Eagles, and guessed the right score, not the right score, but close enough score. All right, Lucas Ayers, what are you doing, man? What's going on? How are you? What's going on, Mom? See, that's what I was waiting for. My mother is on. Y'all better act right. Mama's watching. Mom, I'm good. I got a little tan. See, I got my little Cancun hat on too. I bought this on the beach. It was a little bit different, dark brown with a dark brown band. I didn't have a hat like that, so I figured I'd get it from a man. Only $15. I talked him down. You know I did. You trying to charge me $20? No. On the beach. And that's what I'm going to do when the show is done. I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to the beach and jump in the water. Yeah, this water here is phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right. You see my tan, Mom? Hey, you know what? I'm going to talk to my guest about this too. If your mother, y'all, those of us that think we can sing, if you're only your mother and you say you believe you can sing, you probably can't sing. If only your mama and you believe you can sing, you probably can't sing. You need to try to, get somebody else's opinion. Anyway, that's enough of me fooling around. Listen, y'all, I'm going to bring my guest in. I don't know if you saw in the heading when you logged in, my brother Lonnie Hunter. He is I deemed him as a Grammy Award winner in my post. We're going to talk about that too. What's up, Keisha? What's up, Keisha? Thank you. Thank you. My hat looks good on me. Thank you, Keisha. Wanda, what's going on? Wanda, you actually won the contest. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But he's a Stellar Award winner. I deemed him as a Grammy, so he's got a Grammy now too. But he's a Stellar Award winner. He's a radio host. Those of us in Jersey knew him some years ago. The guy that would say, "Get off my phone." I used to love when he said that. "Get off my phone." Y'all, I'm going to bring him in. Stop clowning around. Y'all, this is Lonnie Hunter. Come on in the room, my man.
What's up?
That's him right there.
What's going on, baby?
That's my dude. You're my dude, man. Listen, when I asked y'all, I just wanted to let you know about this guy. When I asked him to be on the show, no hesitation, of course. You know, there's a couple of little things that need to take place to make sure that things are done right, so people come on the show the right way. And he just cooperated, not even asking any questions. So, bro, I thank you. I haven't seen you or talked to you in a while. It's been some years. But, man, you have a special place in my heart. You're a great guy.
Man, thank you, man.
Ministry.
Give me $5.
Give you $5. Look, I need $5 to tip these folk while we're here for these tips. Good Lord. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I mean, life is good. I wish I had a problem to really talk about. You know, everybody's got problems. But
Right,
I don't have one that is worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing.
Wow. Can we talk about my problems then?
Okay, let's talk about
This show's supposed to be about.
right?
Well, it's not for you to talk about your problems. We want to talk about your success. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, for those of you who don't know, you got 3 albums out, right? Is it 3 or 4?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the 4th one is. You need to have them update your profile on Google. I Google people sometimes, and you just don't get all the information. So everybody, that's a lesson for everybody. Don't believe everything that's on Google, because it's usually some of it's wrong. Some of it's wrong. I know they got it right.
A lot of it is wrong.
Yeah, a lot of it is wrong. I know they got the Lonnie Hunter in 1998. Lonnie and the Vibes of the Voices of Saint Mark, right? That's the first album.
Yeah.
Right, and then you got 2003 Next Level. That was your second album, right?
There was an album before that first one.
Oh, there was an album before
that's
the
what Google
first one.
doesn't show you, yeah.
Oh, okay. And that album was what? It was called what?
Hold Me.
Hold Me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the very first album I ever did.
And was it by yourself? Did you have a choir with you? Did you have?
It was with the Voices of Saint Mark.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was with an independent label. So the first time we were out on a national stage is when we signed with Malaco, which is the first album that you know of.
Right. That's awesome. 2003, Next Level. 2011, I'm Back. And according to Google, I'm Back was your breakthrough album. Is that correct or no?
Is that what they say?
That's what look, you need to call them, man. You need to call Google and get it right.
Okay.
That's what it says when we Google you and we look at we search your history or whatever people do, and it says that was the album, that was your breakthrough album. 2015, you were deemed the voice of the Stellars.
The breakthrough album, I would say, was the album that had the Drip Drop song on it.
Okay.
Even Me. And Let's Dance. Those were the breakthrough. When I got to the I'm Back CD, I had moved to Philadelphia. That album is Structure.
Right.
That's my group in Philadelphia.
Okay. Well, why did you leave Philadelphia? Why'd you leave the East Coast, man? You were here. You were doing your thing. What entailed with all that move? You're in California right now. You had a radio show in Philly, the Lonnie Hunter Show. It was great. I used to listen to you all the time. Now you're in California. You got a radio show in California. But man, I didn't even know you had moved when you left.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know. I found out later. So what happened with that? What was obviously the Lord gave you permission to go to California, but what was all the details behind that?
Well, I had been in Jersey for 18 years. I moved to Jersey to be the minister of music for Bethany Baptist Church.
Mm-hmm.
And after 18 years, I just kind of wanted to see what else was there to do. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I kind of started putting my feelers out there for other opportunities because I wanted my forever place to be someplace warm.
Nice. Yeah.
But when these offers started coming through, I was able to take this because my son started college. If he had still been in high school, I never would have taken the position to move him because that was kind of roots for him.
Uh-huh.
So he started college at Southern University in Baton Rouge, and it kind of opened me up to be able to do me.
Wow.
And that's how I was able to say yes to this this opportunity in California. And what's crazy is a lot of people say, I remember you when you were on in Philly, and I'm still on in Philly on Reach Gospel Radio.
Oh, okay. Yes, I saw that. Reach Gospel. So we can still hear you. Clowning people and telling folk to get off your phone. And
Absolutely. Every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. I'm
on reachgospelradio.com. I saw that on reachgospelradio.com. We can still hear. I'm going to start listening to you, man. I thought
actually,
you were just.
If you're in Philly and all of those areas, you can just get it on the radio. I'm on the radio on your radio dial.
So you're nationally syndicated.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I know people, y'all. Y'all can't. Listen, y'all can't mess with me. Irving Fryar knows people. What's going on, Lamont? You know, Lamont Sanders is on with us. You know who Lamont Sanders is?
That's my dude right there. Don't play with me.
Yeah, he's on right now. He said,
Lamont.
my bros, love y'all. L. I call him L.
Really? That's what everybody calls me.
Well, okay, I can't call you L because I call Lamont L. So, and you know, I call you Lonnie. I have to call you Lonnie. I have to figure out another nickname for you. Lamont, good to see you, man. Good to see you. So you got this whole tour thing going on. What's up with this tour? Now we did I'll talk about that in a minute, but you got this tour, it's a celebration, inspirational celebration tour that's, you know, going around the country. You're in North Carolina right now, actually in a hotel room like I am.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because you're having a concert tonight. Tell us about the tour.
This tour is from McDonald's. McDonald's has been doing this tour for 16 years, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And I've been the host for 8 years.
Wow.
And, you know, usually when you start with something like this, you might be the host for 1 year, maybe two. They don't really, because they change artists every year.
That's why I said, wow, you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. And it's been so exciting because not only is it just a major tour, but it's raising money for the Ronald McDonald House Charities, which, as you know, helps children with like catastrophic diseases get well, and they bring their parents from, you know, wherever they are in the world, and they can put them up and for free. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to be connected with stuff like that continues to be a blessing to the body.
You like you said, you're doing well, and you really don't have right now in your life any problems that are worth complaining about.
Really.
But tell us about, I mean, you've made some, I mean, you were in the military, you were in the Air Force. That was something that I actually wanted to do. You were 5 years in the Air Force. You played in the jazz band and all that kind of stuff. I Googled that. Started your career in gospel music.
On Google for real.
Yeah. So, I mean, it hasn't always been a bed of roses. I mean, you're doing well right now. You would be one of the ones who would be considered, you know, at the top of your game. You got a nationally syndicated radio show, gospel show. It wasn't always like that. What are some of the challenges? Yeah, what are some of the challenges that you had to deal with, particularly in that industry? When you talk about, you know, gospel music and radio, entertainment, what are some of the challenges that you've had that you've been able to, whether, you know, you skipped through it or whether you had to actually face it and fight it? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get through them because the Lord, his grace and his mercy, you know, somehow works it out so we don't necessarily have to strain and struggle so much. He just kind of gets us through it. But then there's other times where we get scarred up, you know, making our way through that adversity. Yeah. So what have been some of your challenges?
I'd have to say that the main challenge, man, is just staying relevant. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get into a place to where we know how to do one thing and know how to do one thing well. And if things shift and it's not done the way we know how to do it, then we just kind of fade into the background because we don't know how to, change and evolve.
Uh-huh.
And that's been the thing that has been uh, forefront for me. People say, every time I see you, you look different, or you had your hair is long, or your hair is short, or you're singing this, or you're doing radio here, or whatever. And it's because, God has blessed you with these things.
Right.
He has
Wow.
not given you a gift.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? He gives you gifts
Mm-hmm.
so that his people can be edified by that. And it's almost like a sheep in pasture. Once that sheep is finished grazing in that pasture, there's nothing else for him to do in that same pasture.
That's
So if
good.
you stay there, you die.
You die.
Period. There's nothing else to
Yes.
eat.
That's
There's
good.
nothing else to give.
Yeah.
So you move on to the next pastor. You learn what you have to learn. You change
Mm-hmm.
what you need to change, all while staying true to who you are.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I will
Right.
never be Kirk Franklin, not trying to be him.
You don't want
You
to
know
be
what I'm
Kirk.
saying?
You don't want to be Kirk.
Yeah, I don't, because Kirk is Kirk. For
Right.
whatever good or bad you think that is,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
what he
Right.
is.
Yeah.
And I am me for whatever good or bad that is. But in the kingdom, we need all of these people
Yes.
because everybody can't reach everybody.
Right.
So
Right.
find where he has placed you and then work that place until he replaces you, and then work that place.
Wow. That's a word right there. You sneaking to preach. Listen, you mentioned it. You mentioned it. I'm going to go there. You said
Okay.
you have to shift. You have to continue to not necessarily. I see you all, Ashonda. I see you, Vanetta. L said right. Tanya, I see you. My sister Hope is on. Gary Wright is on. We got a lot of folk watching today. Good to see everybody. You got to shift. Things have shifted in the world. The presentation, here we go, of the gospel has shifted.
Yeah.
Some and some of what you were talking about was holding on like we've never done it this way before. We always did it this way. It's tradition. Some of it's tradition that we hold on to, and we end up dying in the pasture, as you said, because
Right.
the pasture has dried up, and that tradition has dried up and just doesn't work anymore. Well, now
Right.
the gospel is modern technology, the way the gospel is presented. Churches that are starting up now, they don't have the cross and the pulpit and all that kind of stuff anymore. They got the big screens in the back and monitors and lights, and they got it dimmed in where the sanctuary is, where the congregation is, and the lights are focused on the stage. It's a presentation. It's a presentation.
Yeah.
For me, sometimes to a certain extent, I lose, and I consider myself well grounded in the gospel. I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring for 19 years. I know the Word of God, but sometimes, and I love music, but sometimes I get caught up in the presentation and the entertainment side of it, and miss out on the message of the gospel. And because of how things have trended, what things have trended to, and how things have transitioned, and I wonder what happens with people who aren't saved or who aren't as grounded as me. What happens in their minds in terms of how things have shifted for the gospel? Are we, in your opinion, are we putting too much focus on the entertainment side? Because people when they're flipping through their phones, they flip through their phones, and that little icon that's a horn, it's got a slash through it, so they don't hear anything. But when they see something they like, then they hit the icon, and they listen to what they see. I got that from Keith Pelzer. Listen to what they see, and so we present in a way that's eye candy, that's attractive
Right.
to what people see. So have we gotten caught up too much in the entertainment side and not focusing
I
enough
think
on the
I
gospel?
think I think you asked and answered your own question.
I did.
Be- yeah, and let me say, and let me just frame it like this: when we were coming up, what we needed is different than the needs of people who are not saved now. So you are rooted, you are grounded. What you needed to get you rooted and grounded, you had. Had this been available to you back then when you were getting rooted and grounded, it would have seemed too much and just out of the box for you. So you would not have been attracted to it.
Okay.
In today's society, everything is at an instant.
Good answer. Yep. Yep.
So if you don't grab me in the first 11 minutes, and that's being generous, then I'm gone because the swipe is too available to
Right.
me.
Right. Right.
So there has to be in your changing, in your shifting, a shift that says, I am going after those who are currently lost.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are lost and while you're out there, everything that attracts you looks like this, then I can turn on a light and make it look like something you're accustomed to. But when you get in, I got to have something that takes you and shifts you so that salvation is the end of the result or is the end result for where you end up.
Right. Right.
So a lot of times when to answer your question, where we fall short is that we have the fluff, but we don't have the substance. So all praise, all worship, and no word is an unbalanced experience.
Yes, sir.
All word and no worship is an unbalanced
Unbalanced.
experience.
Yes. Yes.
So as we get to a place in the 2000s, it's much different than the 1975s.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So our audience, who was our audience in 75, they are here. They with us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Let's get them. The 2008 people or the 19 the people born in 2000, 2010, 2015, they're looking for something totally different. And
Yeah.
if you want your ministry to sustain and grow, you have to have a place for them because
Right.
that's the future. Because
Right.
the people who are with you are going to die out about the same time you do. So if we're going to have a future, we're going to have to start training people starting from where
Right.
they are
Right.
and taking them where they need to be. Yeah.
That's an excellent answer. That's an excellent way to describe it. Things that just we have to come to grips that things have changed, and the way
Yeah.
people receive, the way people are engaged is different than how it was years ago. Not that we have to, and we can't stay. We can't stay traditionally consistent. We have to become untraditional in terms of particularly what's happening now with technology
Yeah.
and all. It's untraditional. It's non-traditional. So we have to go with the flow.
That's why this pandemic ended a lot of churches,
Woo.
because the pastors who were accustomed to not really having substance, but being able to lean on, touch your neighbor, run around the church 3 times, lift your hands, and they were using that as the bridge from one thought to the next.
Right.
Now that we're online without an audience, I got to know what I'm talking about
You better
because
keep
it's
it
all
going.
me talking. There
Yes,
is no
sir.
response.
Yes, sir. You better
follow me?
keep it
So
going.
if I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about and I'm just out here because I know how to tickle somebody's ear, then it becomes evident online because now I can really watch what you're saying as opposed to being distracted by all of the other stuff around in the atmosphere.
Right,
I'm
right.
really listening to you, and I come to the conclusion, you ain't been saying nothing in years. And before you know it, you open your church back up and ain't no members
Ain't nobody
there.
there. They done went somewhere
Right.
else.
They see you. They see you.
But it's also great in the fact that it gives us an opportunity to reach people in other areas that we never, or other places that we never would have been able to reach. All across the country.
Absolutely.
I've got people now, particularly on my Bible study, people who are tuning in from all the way in Washington down in South Carolina. Places that they never would have been in touch with us had it not been for the pandemic and had it not been for modern technology and being able to do things virtually, man. So it's phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. You're going to be in Philadelphia on October 1st. Who are the artists? Who are the artists that are going to be with you in Philly on October 1st? I'm sorry for throwing that on you. I see you thinking.
I know, right?
I know you've been with a whole bunch of them because it's not
only
the same.
reason-
It's not the same ones in every city. It's
Well, the tour is made up of nine artists,
Okay, right.
but in some cities, some artists aren't in that city.
Exactly,
So I'm thinking Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I know Donald Lawrence is on that. Jacqueline Carr is on that. Kiera Sheard,
Yes.
Smokey Norfolk,
Smokey Norfolk.
not Carlton Banks, and me.
Okay.
I think that's what makes up Philly.
So are you emceeing or are you presenting? You singing? You ministering? What
I
you
do
doing?
both. I do
Man,
both.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
gonna miss you, man.
It depends on the city. I don't know if I'm singing in Philadelphia. Because since I've been here for like 8 years, there are some years where I do an actual set
Uh
and
huh.
host, and then there
Right.
are some years where I just host.
Now, are you singing by
So
yourself, or you got a choir behind you, or you got a praise team behind you? What are you doing
sometimes
now?
sometimes I'll use singers from the city,
Uh huh. Oh, nice,
but
nice.
yeah, but the tour itself has background sing. Donald Lawrence's company, the
Uh
background
huh.
singers,
Right, right, right.
they sing for every artist. So the band never changes and the singers
Nice.
never change. So it's not like a lull between artists for you to wait for somebody else to
Right.
get set up and blah blah
Makes
blah.
sense. Makes all the
Seamless.
sense in
It's
the
really
world.
seamless.
So we had someone win our contest last week. We had a contest at the fireplace. I had mentioned it earlier. They had to guess who was going to win the Eagles Vikings game, and then guess and send the email to the fireplace at gmail.com and guess what the total amount of points were going to be scored in the game. So that was
Leave it to
whatever.
you to make that the game. Leave it to you to make that the contest.
Well, I mean, it was. I
Of
tried to keep
course.
it simple. I tried to keep it simple. I tried to keep it simple, and I had one who guessed the right way. She guessed that the Eagles were going to win. She said 47 points. I believe the game was 27-7, something like that. But she won. So it's and she's on with us today. I believe Cassandra. No, not Cassandra. Wait a second. Let me catch you. Wanda. I'm sorry, Wanda Capers. Wanda, you won the contest. So what I need from you, I don't know if you're in the area, going to be in the area. It's October 1st. It's VIP seats for the concert at the Leocor Center in inspiration celebration. Brother Lonnie Hunter is going to be at and hosting and singing and being all over the place, acting the fool up there for Jesus.
Now you know that's gonna happen. If don't
So
nothing else happen, that's gonna
right,
happen.
right. So Wanda, he's going to send me a link. You need to email me at the fireplace, same place you sent your request in or sent your information in for the contest. Email me and let me know how many tickets you want. I guess if you're not going to be in Philadelphia, Wanda, you can send the link to someone else. Is that correct, Lonnie?
Absolutely.
Okay, you can send it in to someone else, and we'll get them the tickets. The concert's free anyway, but these are VIP seats, so you get to sit up front and act like you know somebody.
They'll know me. They'll be my guest.
Okay, you'll be Lonnie's guest. Whoever it is, whether it's you, Wanda, whether it's family members, friends, someone you know up here, or maybe you're going to be in town in Philly for that weekend. We're going to make sure we get those tickets to you. So let me know. Lonnie's going to send me the link. Let me know how many tickets you want. I'll make sure I contact him. We got a couple of days to get that taken care of. Listen, your surprise is here, Lonnie. You ready for this?
I think I know what it is.
You probably do. You probably do. It's about to get live right now. Put it that way. Let me say
Is
that.
it a smack talker? Is it somebody that talks a lot of smack?
I don't know if he talks a lot of smack, but
Oh, he does. He does.
it's
Bring him on.
this about to get it real good.
I knew it. I knew it. I
Come
knew
on,
it.
lift your hands
I
and
knew
bless
it.
the Lord.
I knew it.
Pastor Bishop Lonnie Hunter here. Be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Oh, lift your
But wait,
hands, oh ye gates.
let me tell you what's interesting. As much smack as he talks about me being in the gym, every example that he uses, he does not miss a chance to flex his bicep while he's doing it.
Right, yeah,
You see
yep.
what I'm saying? So,
Wearing tight pants while you on that bike.
come on!
Come on, be strengthened in the Lord saints. Lonnie, I love you, man. You are the bomb, bro.
That's my dude right there.
My mama says hi. She faithfully was one of your listeners. So,
Wow.
Sister
Man.
Barbara Pell, just look, hold up, put him on full screen, and I just need you to shout out Sister Mother Barbara Pelzer. Please do that for me.
Mother Barbara Pelzer.
He called you sister mother. Barbara, thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate you for real time. And I'm really going to be praying for you now that I know who your son is. Yeah, you're going to need it.
How's it going, bro? I miss you, man. I miss you. You out
All
there
is
in the
well,
West Coast.
Doc. All is well. And like I was telling Irv, Nothing is happening as far as, me having, some kind of drama presentation. Life is good.
Got you. Got you. You one of the people that's been keeping stuff 100 without saying you're keeping it 100. You just would do it. And so I just want you to know, as a young brother, I've been in the cut listening to you. You've been an inspiration for me throughout my secular and sacred community, journey, and even
Hmm.
transitioning into pastoring. So you're one of the people that I could listen to that, everybody's not always talking about, but you drove the city, man. You are encouragement through a time of transition. So I want to say personally, thank you for that. Because,
Bless
there's
you,
not a lot of
man.
people that step in that, that you're not braggadocious on it. Like, your work speaks for
Yeah,
itself. Like, we know
yeah.
Lonnie Hunter, then it's like,
Right.
oh, he
Yeah.
sings. He's not just on the radio, he sings. And then when you had to flip everything and flip the script and do whatever you had to do, you always stayed relevant, even if it was just a word. You gave people daily bread as it was given to you. So thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Amen, Doug. I had a friend who was extremely wealthy, and the thing that she told me one day is that wealthy people don't tell you they're wealthy.
Mm,
They just be wealthy.
Yep.
And that
Right.
has always stuck with me, not necessarily as it relates to money, but just in the wealth of what you do. I don't have to tell you to love me for what I'm doing. Just do it, and those that will love it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that has always been key and top of mind for me is you don't have to make people be drawn to you. If you make them be drawn to you, you're just pulling them.
Mm.
If
mm,
they're drawn to
wow.
you, then they're in your corner and they support you. Yeah, I don't
Well,
want no weight. I'm not looking for weight. I don't want to have to pull weight. I want whoever is drawn to me to be something of a support system that we all can move forward together.
that's why
Mm,
Jesus said, "Follow me." Don't
Yeah,
don't be a
right.
don't be a fan of mine. Follow me.
yeah,
Wow.
And when
absolutely.
the following requires commitment,
Yep.
the following requires connection. If I'm just a
Yeah.
fan, and I found this out in ministry. When we started the church in 2003. Unfortunately, there were a lot of fans of Irving Fryar who came to the church, and then
Yeah.
when we had some adversity or we so-called lost the game, then my fans or the fans became fair weather, and they left because that's what fair weather fans. That's what fans do. They weren't true
Yeah.
followers. They weren't true followers. So
Fans never get on the field
fans never get on the field. They don't do the work to get on the
Why?
field.
until it's
They don't
over.
deserve
Until
to
it's
get on the
over.
field. And fans all like you said, Keith. Fans always talking about we. Look what we did. We won the game.
Yep.
We looking at my team, our team. No, you just a fan. You're not the one doing the work. You're not the one on the field. You're not the one making the sacrifices and putting in the time.
Let me suggest this to you. Let me suggest this to you. Fans have a job to do. And while that job is being done, it pushes you. So when you know that they're fair weather, then you want them around in fair weather. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So I don't want to discount a fan just because they're no longer
mhm,
a fan. You were a fan when I needed you to be the
Be a
person
fan.
that you were saying that, okay,
mm.
you're great, keep going, keep going, keep going. Once you feel like it's time for you to go, I am not defining myself by your
Right.
fanhood.
Right.
So now that you're gone, you've moved on to somebody else. While you were here, I allowed you to do what you were designed to do for me.
That's good. That's
Be a
good.
fan. I love them. Fan and follower, two different things, but they
Yes.
both have
A purpose.
specific responsibilities, and it's up to the person that is the leader or the star, if you will, to know how
Mm,
to determine how to use this fan or how to make the best use of this follower. So don't
mm.
discount either one of them. Let them be
Did,
who they are. Just be
oh yeah.
discerning enough to know how to work them.
You
Yeah.
preaching.
Yeah.
You
The
preaching.
triumphant entry was about fans were necessary for Jesus
Right.
riding in on that donkey.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
There it is.
But then the fans went from Hosanna to crucify him.
Is that any different than today?
No, it's the same.
Is
Right.
that any
Right.
different than today?
Because fans leave when they become fair weather. They leave throwing salt.
Yep. Yeah.
But
It's
So
just,
that's
you
good.
would have
That's
had to
good,
have
Lonnie.
built yourself up big enough. Say it again.
No, that's good. I like it because if you really think about our Instagrams, your YouTube page, Irvin, congratulations, you hit that 1,000 mark. Out of that, look, it's 22 people watching now, right? Later on, it can get up to over 1,000, right?
right.
But those subscribers, you have people that'll watch it, can drive this up to like 5,000 viewed or 10,000.
Yeah.
And all those ain't your technical followers, they're fans, right? Because they
Right.
drive
Right.
by.
Right.
But it lifts your algorithm. And here it is. You benefit from that because the YouTube checks ain't from all your followers. A lot of it comes from fans. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Doing
yeah.
their
Lonnie
job
had a
and
ton
doing it well.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Cyrus, what's
Yeah,
going
fan-
on? Hope, what's going on? Keisha, I see you. Yeah, we have 22 on right now. There was somebody else, Vanetta and Shonda, Dr. Tinsley.
Did y'all talk about the great news about
Joe,
Irv?
Wait a
I
second,
just
Keith.
saw
Wait
that.
a second. I know, man. Just hush. You was fussing. I saw you online. What was you fussing about,
snapped
man?
last night.
You was fussing.
You know
I'm
what?
like, I looked at you this morning.
No,
I'm like, what is he
I wa-
fussing about?
I wasn't fussing.
You was fussing.
No, later on I'll take like Lonnie's perspective on this about how much people overemphasize circles, right?
Right.
I get if you or Lonnie says, I have my circle. I get that. But sometimes we don't unpack what we need to unpack about circles because I was concerned about people that keep all these circles, and I'm like, you keep running in circles with your circles. And then biblically I said,
Will it
let's
go
take
around
Jesus,
in
right?
circles?
Somebody tried to hit me with, well, Jesus had a circle. And I said, right, but hold up. If you take 12 as a circle, one of them was a devil in a sense that we say, right? So you got a Judas in your circle. Then that circle was the inner circle, Peter, James, and John, sons of thunder, right? I said, so there's not, and then the bigger conglomerate of the circle, John 6 and 66, those that were with them turned and walked no more. So I was like, if you get too caught up in the circle, you got to understand the circles that you need when you need it. Because when I had some legal battles I had to deal with, I didn't need the circle of homies that don't know legal matters.
Right. I need a legal circle.
I didn't need their emotions in that circle of legal matters. So I'm just like, don't live off of your circle. Just know your circle and apply it where necessary.
We were just talking about that, fans and followers. It's same principle. But yeah, I got nominated, or I'm on the I guess I don't know what they call it, but I was nominated for the NFL Football Hall of Fame a couple of days ago.
Really?
Yeah. I actually, Keith, this will be funny to you. I got an email before we came here to Cancun. I got an email, and it said, "Congratulations on being nominated into the Hall of Fame. I'm on the ballot, being nominated. You're on the ballot. Congratulations." I thought it was a hoax, so I didn't pay no attention to it. I'm like,
look at God, it ain't no hoax.
No, I thought it was because the email came out of the blue, and I'm like, okay, there's somebody messing with me. But yes, no, it's not a hoax. Y'all pray, just pray, okay?
That's great, man. That's great.
Just pray. Yes, God is good. God is good. I was on the ballot when I first retired. You have to have been retired for 4 years before you become eligible to be on the ballot, to be nominated. And my fourth year out, I was on the ballot that year, and they X'd me out somewhere early in the process. What's going on, Stu? Hello, Elder Brown, Limitless Sports. What's going on? Shonda, Stu Winrow, rather. I'm sorry. Good to see y'all. And then I got off the ballot and haven't been on the ballot since now. So we're back on the ballot, y'all. It's us. We all going. We all going.
And who votes? Who votes?
You know what? I have no idea. If I had some kind of idea who votes, some of them are former players. I think most of them are like sports writers.
Okay.
But I think then there's another group that has some influence on who becomes, who enters in or who gets inducted and who doesn't. I'm not sure. I've heard different stories. I've heard about different people. It changes, I think, over time. Some of the people who are on the board end up being off the board for whatever reason. I don't know.
Well,
I just know God is in control. If it's going to happen,
Good for you.
which I'm praying that it does, God is going to make it happen. Yep.
Excellent.
So,
I love it.
And what's divine about it is I mentioned something about that to Keith, a couple of months ago? Keith, a few months ago?
Yes.
And not knowing, and then now here I'm on the ballot. So God is moving. God is moving. But I know people, man, because I got Lonnie Hunter. It doesn't matter. I got Lonnie Hunter and I got Keith Pelzer on my show at the same time.
I'm taking a screenshot. I'm on the same screen with Lonnie Hunter. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all just jumping off cliffs at random, just at will, just jumping straight off cliffs, just straight off.
Yo, you know what's funny? Before even Pastor, my mom would say, I was listening to the radio and, see, I love that Lonnie because he tell like it is. Get off my phone.
That's what I love that when he said it. Get off my phone.
Get off my phone. No, my mom would tell me and my sister that. She's like, all right, I'm about to watch something. Get off my phone. And I'm like, oh.
See, it works. Don't it work?
Look, I was saying that for a while. I was saying that for a while too. Get off my phone. I loved it, man. I loved it. Loved your show when you were here. And Keith's right. You were. It was comfortable with you. You were a comfort zone because knowing that you're a Christian, knowing that you're one who sang the gospel, you were on the radio, but you kept it real. You kept it real. You're able to tell the truth without offending people, but at the same time, keep people where they needed to be and keep them from stepping out, getting out of place if they were trying to get out of place. And I loved it. I loved it. I always loved listening to your show. I hated that you're gone, but now that I know that I can listen to you now again, I'm back on it. Yeah, you never did leave me. That's something else. That's a word right there. He never did leave. Yeah. I put myself in a position where I couldn't hear you.
Right. If you go to my
Instagram page, you were there all the time.
All the time. If you go to the Instagram page, all of the stations are listed where you can turn it on.
Got you. On your Instagram. The time. Oh, there he goes.
Yep. He go ahead. Was there all the time. Lonnie, you know how you point the note when you can't wait in patience.
Yes. Bless you.
Yeah. Keeps won't it be grand? Yeah, that's your favorite song right there.
Won't it be grand? Won't it be grand? Won't it be grand?
Won't it be grand? You know that line?
What is happening right now?
I'm going home.
I don't know.
We're trying out.
I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm a Zacchaeus myself.
No, okay, Zacchaeus. Lonnie, tell our watchers, and I'm not gonna keep y'all on long. Not gonna keep you on long because I got to go out here and get in this water. This is
wow, you did throw that plug in there, huh?
Oh, bro, listen.
He did slide that in there.
Listen, I got. I don't know if you can see it on my NDI. That's the room.
Oh, you better go ahead and switch cameras and you're not at your home studio. Come on. Yeah. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, big bro.
I don't know
this thing.
This. On the other side of that curtain, there's water. Water on the other side of the curtain, right there.
Kid and Glenn, ecampcommunity.rock. Look at y'all boy Irving Fryar. He figured it out away from home.
There's my setup right there.
You doing it, man. You doing it. Wait, there's I just need Lonnie Hunter to come past my studio. That's all.
Uh-oh.
You know what, Lonnie? You're welcome to do the takeover in my studio when you come back to the Philly area. He's gonna be in Philly next week. Listen, you come to Phoenixville, you can you can do a takeover. I ain't gotta be home. I just set it up and you can go live.
I think your whole team is coming. The culture team is coming to the show.
Right, because
the Liacouras Center on the first.
I got something to do. My niece is getting married, and something else is happening because I don't think I can make it.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. Yeah, something else happening. There's a birthday party.
That's what it is. I know something. I looked at the calendar and I was just like, something's on there, and I knew I couldn't. I told my share I couldn't make it out. So that's the tag on it. You in and out. You in and out, Lonnie?
Yeah, I leave out on Monday morning.
Why can't you just tell the pilot that you need an extra day? The private jet thing.
Is that who we talking to? We talking to the private jet people?
Yeah, just I mean,
That's
just tell your
that's
guy,
when you
tell him to
know.
hold the
That's when
plane
you
up.
don't. That's when you know you don't have a private jet. When you say talk to the private jet people. Who is that?
Who is that? The private jet people. How about talk to the
Can't you talk
pilot?
to the private jet people?
The
Who?
Yeah,
private jet people.
talk to the people. Tell your guy to hold up. Tell him you gotta make another I must needs go through Samaria. You know what I'm
I
saying?
must
Like tell him you
need.
gotta go somewhere. You know, they'll wait for you. Tell them you fuel it up and you'll see them tomorrow.
That
Well,
is
listen,
hilarious. Okay.
you got
See,
you got to.
Latasha believe that. Latasha, you believe that for him, right? They know. Come on,
Natasha
Holy
said, "Yeah,
Ghost.
get somewhere." Sat down. She said,
Thank
"Get
you,
some."
Latasha. Now she
Natasha
talking
said,
like me. She is
get
talking
somewhere and sat
like
down."
me. I like her. Yes. Yes.
So when
Latasha
are
is
you
the
going to be
one y'all
back in
should be listening
town?
to.
When are you coming back in town? When are you going to be back over this way? I mean, I know you're Californianized now, and you know.
Oh, you mean I'll be back in the area in November, as a matter of fact, because we're doing a radiothon for Reach Gospel Radio. So I'm always here or there in Philadelphia 4 times a year for a full week because I do
Okay.
the show
Okay.
live. So the next one is in November. But
So yeah,
before
Keith, we
then,
got
you
to
can
set some.
always catch me.
We got to set something up, Keith, for November.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you either gonna come to Phoenix or you gonna go to Jersey. You got two places to go to
Well, you got
broadcast
more
live.
room in your studio, Keith. I can't get all us. I mean, I can get us in mine. It's
Yours
just,
more bougie though. Yours
you
more
got to
bougie.
sit. No, look at his studio. You talk. You see his. Listen. You see his studio, right? You see all that back there and talking about bougie. Look at all
Yours
that. What?
bougie.
Where
Yours
do you think
bougie.
I get my bougie from?
You?
Miss
No.
Glasses.
Look at that.
You
Look
the
at that mic.
OG. You the OG in this situation. I'm
Look
the
at that
young
mic.
boy.
I'm OG only because I'm older. That's the only reason.
Wait,
Talking about
did y'all talk
bougie.
about? So we joke about this, but so Lonnie, I've never. And if y'all talked about it, I'm sorry I was late because I was on the phone with Mama. But
Well, you're
here's the
supposed to
thing:
come in
Did you,
late. Yeah.
Lonnie, do you ever like go live and talk about why you work out or what drove your health?
That was my next
Like, do
question.
you, oh, okay, go ahead,
No, go ahead.
with it,
No,
'cause
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, we just didn't get there yet. Go ahead. I was going to
Because
ask
you
him
know
about
what?
that.
And the reason I tease people like Lonnie and other people, because it's like a lonely place, right? I've watched families grow up where it was like the old school Baptist situation was, eat. And it was after a while with all the church food for me that I was just like, I ain't trying to do this, right? And then when I start buying my own suits and stuff, I'm like, man, I spent too much money on that and I can't get in it no more. I took personal attitude with that. Then when you, I'm gonna go a little bit further. Then when you wake up in the morning, you can't see your feet. You kind of like,
Wow.
not cool, right? So
Wow.
you kind of take on, okay, let me work out. But then as you grow in Christ, you realize how much health and working out and being in shape connects to your spiritual discipline. So for me, it's
Absolutely.
not just, I ride 40 miles a day. It is a discipline to do that. And I found that time as sermon prep, prayer, worship, meditation, the whole nine, to the point where I started taking music out my ears and just soaking in the moment while
Yeah.
strengthening. And then your diet changes after you exercise. That's a whole nother thing.
Correct. Correct.
So I was just curious on what drives you when, we see the workout videos and stuff like that. I know you're not bragging on, look at my body, but I'm like,
Yes,
I know
he
it's
is.
ministry in it. What is it though?
Well, I don't work out to get big. Because a lot of the stuff that I do, like McDonald's and other things, when people kind of style you and give you clothes to wear, it's not for a bigger. Like if I get my arms to be huge, I can't fit a suit jacket because you can't alter a sleeve.
Right.
So you have to work out based on what your lifestyle is. I'd look crazy directing the Drip Drop song as a 300-pound muscle dude.
Right.
You follow me? So my life does not line up for that to be one of my goals. But I'm gonna tell you what shifted me is when you start having kids and you want to be around for your children.
Nice.
So long life is just my dad died when he was 96. And he didn't start getting gray until he was in his 70s. He was salt and pepper. But I've always wanted to be around, not just around because I'm in the room. I wanted to be around and available, around and as a protector, around as somebody that was in a good frame of mind where you can call and get the wisdom of these years. You know what I'm saying? So working out for me is for me, but it's for everybody that's attached to me as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, you
the
preaching.
clothes that are European cut, if I'm gonna keep working and people are gonna still be booking me, I need to be able to fit in those clothes. My kids who are coming up and my daughters who are, dating and all that kind of stuff, I need to remember what it was like to date and tell them how to navigate these conversations that guys try to have with them and try to get over on. You know what I'm saying? My son is coming up. I don't want to be at, his graduation in a wheelchair. I want to go to the graduation when he graduates from college and have people be like, that's that's your father?
Right.
Yes, I'm his father, and I want you, my son, to be able to do the same thing that I'm doing. But none of that comes with just DNA. You
Right.
have to
Mm,
work at
Right.
what God has given you. So when somebody preaches to you and talks to you about the way to live and how to live, but yet they are high blood pressure, they are 400 pounds, they're looking
mm,
raggedy, you can't tell me that after you leave this sermon, you are doing what you're preaching. Because if you
mm.
were, it would be evident in just the
Evidence.
visual of you. I am not saying that you have to be, tone and V shape, but it's
Hmm.
evident that you believe what you say as it relates to this being a vessel, this being a temple.
Right.
I believe you more when you look like you treat yourself like that.
Woo. And I think
Wow.
Yeah,
that consistency and that discipline that we're talking about, or that both of you are talking about, that trickles down into every area of your life. When
absolutely.
you're consistent in your life, you're consistent in your life. When you're
Yeah,
inconsistent, you're inconsistent. I've noticed that with people. That if they're late to church all of the time, or if they're not responsive in terms of getting back to you and following through with certain information or details, they're that way in other areas of their lives as well. So
let me
when
tell you something. Look at somebody with a top of the line car. Go up to that car and look inside of it and see how well the inside is kept. Are there wrappers? Are there things on the floor? But it looks good when I drive up.
right,
Or go to somebody with a mid range car. Look on the inside of it. It's immaculate
Hmm.
because I'm taking care of what God has given me. I know how not to take for granted what God has given me. So the person with the middle grade car and the immaculate inside is the person you want in your life because
right,
they're working from the inside out. The
Mm.
person with the other side has the money to look great, but there is nothing on the inside that they care about because all I care about is what you see. I don't want
Wow.
you to peel back any of the layers because if you get
Mm,
past the layers, then you know what I don't want you to know
well,
because it's not really congruent with what I'm saying.
I
You know
heard,
what I'm saying? And that's just an analogy, but you got to really look at the people
that's a good
at
one.
not
That's a good
only
yeah,
what they
analogy.
show you, but what they give you without words. Which is one of the things you
Wow.
were talking about when I never say that I do this or that I do that or listen to me. I never say that kind of stuff. It's because if you're working from the inside out, your inside is working for him. He'll make everybody notice.
And Lonnie, have you noticed and this is my analogy, this the Nicodemuses and the women at the well start to come out because when Jesus went and spoke, Nick pulled aside and came to Jesus and said, Let's go in further on what you presented. So are you practicing what you preach, and can you break down what you wooed me with, what you wowed me with? So people
Yes,
see, and this is funny. My wife and I, we laugh about this all the time. I went to an event. It's on my Instagram, and I was late because I was with my sharing the guys, right? So I went in with my camera, and people thought I was her photographer. Now, dudes checking her out, and they seeing, and we laughing. Of course, I walk up and it's like, all right. She like, oh yeah, that's my husband. Oh, okay. Likewise, I've been places people like, oh, look at the guy with the nice beard and the suit and stuff. And I notice, I'm like, if you take care of yourself, it draws people. But then in the draw, you have the opportunity to minister. And so when people find out you're riding or you're in the gym or you have a workout routine or something, you don't brag about it, that you discipline. They come to you and they say, hey, my doctor said X, Y, and Z. And that's when you start ministering. And it's like a repentance thing. So like what you said,
absolutely.
repentance is a turning from and a turning to. It is a
Yeah,
conviction within self. So when you look and you made and determine in your mind, I want to be around for my children, right? I want to
yeah,
be around, and I don't want to be like the people that are really having problems. We know tomorrow's not promised to anybody, right?
right.
But do what you can, and your body is a temple. And when you understand that, you think differently. And it
Yeah.
directly correlates with how the discipline is with ministry. You know, you have to
Because
feed.
had I not done, I'm gonna give you a story. We landed in, I think the city was Chicago. I was with Structure. We were there to do a Christmas concert. We landed and we stopped for breakfast. And while at breakfast, my body just broke down. I mean, shaking. The table was shaking. I just lost all, functions. You know what I'm saying? I was shaking, and my singers had to pick me up. And thank God we were in Chicago because I could tell them what was the closest hospital. I had gone into sepsis shock from a kidney stone that was too big to pass. So when you go into that, every part of your body goes to that place to try and rescue that place, which means you lose everything else because everything is working in that place of your body. So when I went to the hospital, the lady said, you were probably about 5 minutes from dying, and had your body not been in the shape that it's in, it would not have been able to sustain what the trauma that it was going through to try and live. Had you been high blood pressure or had you been out of shape or whatever, whenever those things in your body went to attack the stone, you would have died.
Wow.
And right then it told me that, this gym thing is not just for aesthetics. It's because you just never know what might happen.
Right.
Because kidney stones ain't got nothing to do with how much you work out.
That's right.
Wow.
But the workout is what saved my life from the kidney stones. It's not even related to the workout.
If I
You
move to
follow what I'm
California, I'm
saying?
joining your church. I'm joining your church.
He said, just preach it. Look, my mom just said, y'all preach the whole sermon.
Is there one? Is there
Y'all-
one?
Mom
Is there
says,
one?
Is
I'm
there one
joining
that will come? Sherry Brown says she used to enjoy your show when you were in Philly, Lonnie. And, y'all talking about, people seeing how you're fit and, being able to observe it on the outside, and that, people draws them in. You can answer questions and minister to them. I'm about to go out here to this beach and minister to these people. I'm going to take my shirt off and sit out here, and they're going to see I'm in shape. So,
And let me tell you something, though. Let me tell you something. What's crazy about this social media thing? You know what's crazy is if they see you on a beach with no shirt on, they are not alarmed by that at all because your surroundings makes that happen.
yes, sir.
If you do a picture of you just in the
Talk, sir.
bathroom and you
Yep.
don't have a shirt on,
Yes, sir.
you're going to hell.
You're going to
It's
hell.
the same chest, it's the same stomach, they're the same arms.
Ooh, look
it's
at
just
him.
that I'm
Look
not in
what
front of
he
an ocean. So
Yeah.
now what? What's the difference?
Yeah, ain't no
Talk,
difference.
Lonnie.
The interpretation is different. The intent,
Yeah, exactly.
the intent is the same. The intent is the same. And actually, does content or intent always reveal content, or content always reveal intent? Because your intent.
Context.
Well, I'm just saying I'm saying content, not context. Does your content always reveal your intent? Because I can take that picture out on the beach, like you said, and nobody will say anything. But if I take that same
Right.
picture in the bathroom with it's the same content, but my intent is the
Right.
same. But they'll interpret my intent to be different.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, it's like me. When I would meet my wife, so I would ride from Phoenixville to Philly on the bike. The context of when I have the bike with me and I'm on it, I have tights on, and they're tight because the tighter the better with the wind and stuff and the sweat. The problem is, one day she's like, "Oh, I'm at the mall. Why don't you come see something?" I'm like, "I'm on the bike." She was like, "Well, stop past and you can put the bike in the car." And I'm like, "Yo, my bike costs too much. I'm not just putting it out." She's like, "Oh, so put it in the car." So I thought about it. I was like, "Nah." She was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because if I'm walking in the mall with tights on, right?
Right.
Right.
That's
Right.
just it's not going to make sense, even though people know
Yeah.
what a bike outfit is. Without the
Yeah.
bike, it's not going to make sense. So I reclined. I was like, "No, I'm not doing it." I said, "I'm going to buy a pair of shorts from out of Macy's and put the shorts over top." And she was like, "It's the same thing." I said, "No, it's not." Like,
It's not.
so I wouldn't
It's
do it.
not the same
I wouldn't
thing.
do
You're
it.
right.
No. No.
The Bible says, "Let not your good be evil spoken of."
Yes.
So
It
you
is good. It is
leader,
good for me to wear
you
this when I'm
pastor,
pedaling.
you Yeah, but it's up to us as leaders and those who are in the forefront to know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. It's not that you can't do it. You just have to know that your choices have a lot to do with not only you, but the people who follow you. So you are held responsible for the choice that you have made that caused them to stumble. Now you can't do it for everybody. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
going to say you can't. Yeah,
Everybody.
you can't be responsible for the idiots.
No, you cannot be responsible for the idiots.
You can't.
But if
No.
if all of your followers are idiots, you got to look at your
Well, you got to look at yourself then. Yeah, you got to look at yourself at that point. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Listen. This is what I want to do before we get off, and we're going to do this again. But you're going to be with the Inspiration Celebration concert October 1st, Leacore Center. You're going to be in Philadelphia October 1st. I'm going to throw the flyer up real quick right there. There's the flyer for it.
You doing this thing, Irving. Irving, you doing this thing, brother. You running this, boy. Man, single-handedly. Come on, bro.
So what I want to do is, real quick, while we're still on and we have 26 people watching right now, those of you who are in the Philadelphia area, we're going to have a contest right now. All right. You guys, I don't know what we're going to do, but you guys come up, one of you two guys come up with some kind of contest where they can answer right here in the chat. They can answer and win some tickets right now. We want to give away some tickets right now to the concert, VIP seats. Do y'all have some kind of question they can answer? Do you have some? Okay, go ahead, Lonnie.
I got one question.
Go ahead.
What radio station am I on now?
We want people to. I don't know if they go. Okay, y'all can Google
because
that.
They keep saying I used to hear you, and I'm still on.
All right.
What station am I on now?
All right, I'm looking in the comments. Keith can see the comments. Lonnie can't see the comments.
Yeah,
Keith can see
somebody
them.
needs to know what station in Fayetteville are you on?
In Fayetteville.
Yeah, that was Wanda who
North
won
Carolina.
last week. Fayetteville, North Carolina. She wants to know what station you're on down there.
No, it's in Raleigh and Sumter.
It's in Raleigh and something.
Sumter, North Carolina, Sumter, South Carolina, something like that.
Shonda
The town is called Sumter.
Shonda said, "Reach Gospel." Limitless Sports said, "Reach Gospel." We got two. There's two of them. Limitless Sports. I don't know. Oh, that's who is Limitless Sports? I know who that is. I think that's
Marcus.
Is that Marcus or Moses Green? Limitless Sports.
Moses Green.
You know Moses?
Yeah,
That's
years.
my dude. That's my
Decades.
dude. I married, did his wedding. I trained him when he was younger in high school. He went to high school with my son. So that's Moses. Moses, somebody said KJLH 102. That was Richard Melton. KJLH 102.3 in California. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So, Richard, you got tickets. Listen to Reach as well. Okay. Keisha, Latasha, that's Latasha Bell. I'm sorry.
Latasha Bell.
Latasha Bell. All right, so we got Shonda Brown. We got Limitless Sports, that's Moses. We got Richard Melton. Richard, you're all the way down in Texas. Latasha Bell. Moses said, Moses, Pop. I got you, Moses. We got you. So, Moses, send me your information. All right, we're going to send you a link for tickets. How many tickets are we going to give them, Lonnie? How many tickets?
Moses can just text me and get the information. I don't know why he tripping.
Okay, Moses, stop tripping and text Lonnie and get your tickets from
just
Lonnie.
Call me. I'll give you what you need.
Okay.
Everybody else, with this link, you'll be able to download up to 4 tickets per person.
Okay. So Lonnie's going to send me the link, and I'll send the link to each one of you. Each one of you who won, that's Latasha, Richard, and Shonda.
Yeah.
Send me an email to thefryarplace@gmail.com. Thefryarplace@gmail.com. All right? You got that? The Fryar Place, that's F-R-Y-A-R, not E-R. E-R's a chicken. F-R-Y-A-R@gmail.com. The Fryar Place. I'm sorry, Lonnie. I always say that. And we're going to get
you. You can always tell when people's names have yielded the same question because they just throw that stuff out and keep talking.
Well, they spell my name with an E. Irving, and they leave the G off, Irving. Then they spell it Fryer, like a chicken. Like, I'm not a chicken. I like chicken. But I'm a Fryar Tuck.
My God, that's deep rooted right there.
Yeah, it goes a long way back, bro. I got scars.
And speaking of scars, you remember a little while back you said that Keith was bougie.
Yeah.
Have you been noticing this little tea he drinking?
Yeah.
This thing?
This coffee is my coffee, man.
He's drinking about it.
Don't do that. Pick up the white one. Pick up the white one. The one you just drank out of. That.
Yeah.
Bougie. Bougie.
He's not hip. You know, we think about it. He's drinking about it. He drink about it.
Right.
He's gonna drink about it.
No, tell him I got to give him the siphon experience. Tell him about that coffee we do here.
Oh, do you know about the coffee? Can you throw something up with you making coffee?
No, I don't have it on Ecamm.
You don't have it on Ecamm?
I don't have it on Ecamm. Yeah,
he makes coffee. I mean, he grinds his beans down, and he looks like a mad scientist. It looks like a chemistry setup that he does all of this coffee, and he does it every morning. I mean, the coffee is absolutely remarkable. I had some, and it's the best. But, man, there's a lot of work that goes into it every morning. He's the mad scientist. He really is.
It's that white cup for me, though.
Well, listen, y'all. I'm about to get out of here because the beach is calling me.
Look, that water calling him. Look at that water calling him.
Yeah, man, I'm in Cancun, bro. I gotta savor the flavor and make sure I take advantage of every moment. Make sure I take care of every moment.
Make sure you get your deacon juice.
Make sure you get your
deacon juice.
With this right here. This right here? You talking about this right here? Yeah, my deacon juice.
That's code deacon juice. That's what you call it.
That's deacon juice.
Yep, it's 12 o'clock. It's okay for the deacon juice.
the way you did that after touch that right there.
Yeah.
Right.
That tell about the cup. That
I'm over it. I can't do it.
My wife
I'm not even gonna do it.
My wife gave me this cup out here. It says Irving Fryar's 60th birthday, 9/28/2022. Yeah, she gave me another present.
You just turned 60.
I turn 60 next Wednesday, a week from a couple of days ago. Yeah. So
happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
he looked good.
Thank you, sir.
And Lonnie, would you fit 49, right? 49, 48, 49.
I'm 86.
You do what?
Yeah.
Wait, look.
I'll send you the juice I use.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Irv, before y'all go, I'm gonna tell you something. Dr. Jackson was in here yesterday, and she has to do this event in Florida at this church, and it's a lot of like urban like youth and all. And she like, look, I'm in my 50s and I don't know what to do. Like, you know, I'm a little. I said, listen. When let me ask you a question. When you were in your 20s, didn't you look at 50-year-old people like, man, I ain't trying to look old and decrepit like them? And she was like, yeah. I said, and then when you finally get there, don't you look in the mirror and be like, dang, I look good. And you never thought 50 was going to look that good. I was like, yo, embrace it. And she said, yeah, you got a point. I said, we can do better, and you've done it. So embrace it and roll with it. So like when I know that people are over that 45, and they looking good and you healthy and you working and stuff like that, I'm telling you, what kicked it for me was when I went bike ride with a bunch of 60-year-olds and they were like, you all right, young man? And I was lying through my teeth. I was like, Lonnie, I was lying.
They were wearing you out.
The Century ride, these old dudes was pedaling and I'm sitting there like looking at my bike computer like, dang, we got 25 miles to go. And they like, how you holding up? And I'm like, oh, great. They was like, yeah, you look great, dude. You're strong. And I'm looking at them like, I don't know if it's Viagra or whatever y'all on.
Wow.
Something giving y'all that boost. I said, man. And they kept riding. And I was like, this is not going to happen again. And I was early 40s. I was like, no. By the time I hit 50, I'm going to be able to hang with them young boys. Straight up.
With the old heads. My wife said that yesterday. She and I went to the gym. They have a nice gym here at the hotel against the Hyatt Solera in Cancun. And I'm in the gym doing one of my CrossFit training workouts. So I got
with your shirt on or without your shirt?
With my shirt on.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So I did a bunch of squats first, right? Just to max out, and then I got a 50-pound dumbbell, and I was doing dumbbell cleans over my head, and then I did push-ups or pull-ups, and then I did a bunch of sit-ups, and I did like 4 sets of those without stopping. And she was saying the people in the gym were looking at me and they were just mad. The ones just mad. I made them mad because of the workout I was doing and what they were doing. That's just, again, like you said, Keith, I got to keep up. I just have to keep up. I got to do better. I got to make sure I'm healthy because like you said, Lonnie, when I get older, I don't just want to be old and look good. I want to be old and be able to be in good health so I can take care of myself and I'm not dependent on anybody else. Yeah. And I can still enjoy life. Life.
Inside out.
Yeah. Yeah. And still enjoy life.
So wait, Lonnie, when they get ready to start praise and worship, like what's your reps before?
Oh, here
like, what do you do before you come out?
So is that something you own? Is that yours?
That's his wife's. That's not his.
Sitting there at your desk?
That's Keith's wife's. That's Tina's. That's not his. Keith,
you know what?
That's Tina's. That's not his.
See, thank you, Irv. Thank you, Irv, for just having my back because he's so full of crap.
Well, listen.
Yo, just kick me off. I love you, Lonnie. I love you, Irv.
You ain't going nowhere yet.
Irv.
I'm not kicking you off.
I want to mess y'all up.
I'm getting ready to get off myself. Remember, those of you who won the contest, Latasha, Richard, Moses, you go ahead and call or text Lonnie directly. And Shonda, make sure you reach out to me. Send me an email so I have your information so I can send you the link. Lonnie's going to send me the link. I'm going to send it to you. The Fryar Place, TheFryarplace, the Fryar Place at gmail.com. The Fryar Place at gmail.com will get your tickets to you. Thank you for participating today. 25 of y'all in. Dennis Jenkins, Shonda Brown, Gary, what's going on? Latasha, Richard, who else? Angela, was that Sister Everett? Angelia? I guess that's how you say your name. Yeah. If I jack your name.
Yeah.
Is that Angelia? Yeah. Vanetta? Yeah. Trenda Webster. Trenda, you picked the wrong team last week. You said the Vikings were going to win. The Vikings lost. No, you didn't get the tickets. You know what, Trenda? I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Trenda. I'm going to send you to your email. I'm going to send you some tickets too. All right? We're going to send, because I know you wanted some tickets. We're going to send you tickets as well. I'll send you the link as well. All right? Trenda's a member of my church. Carolina, what's going on? Lonnie is the GOAT. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Go.
Brother Carolina says you're the GOAT. The GOAT of what?
Let's go.
He's the GOAT.
I don't know. I don't care.
Just take it. Just take it. You know,
take it.
Whatever it is, I'm the greatest at it. So done.
He said you're the GOAT. The GOAT of what?
Just take it. Whatever it is.
Gary, Dennis, who else? Mom, thanks for being. Mom says hi, Keith.
Tell Mom I said hello. I'll see you soon.
She's listening. Pop Oakman, Dr. Tinsley. Dr. Tinsley wants to get started too, Keith. And I'm going to do this like a Netflix. We're going to have Dr. Tinsley's show. I got to send her a wish list so she can get all the stuff she needs to start her show. I got a guy here I just met who's a chef. He wants to start a show. We'll get him hooked up with Ecamm, and we're going to have Marty's Menu. He's a cook. He's going to be on the Fryar Place on a monthly basis. So we're going to make this thing happen like we talked about. Elder Brown, God bless you. Who else? Vanetta. I said Vanetta. My sister Hope. Wilkinson? Demon? I don't know. I'm going to say that name. Is that Demon?
You sound like old school Baptist announcements
I
right
know.
now.
I know. Old school Demon.
We thank God for Mother Marsha.
I'm sorry.
Keenan. She's doing the napkins.
Keenan, what's going on? Stu Winrow. I'm out of here, y'all. I got to go.
Keisha. Gertrude, her son is here today. Sister Gertrude. Out the parking lot.
Cyrus, what's going on? Thanks for being with us today. Vanetta, I said Vanetta. All right. L, I don't know if you're still with us, Lamont, but thanks for being with us today. Y'all, I'm out of here. Lonnie, thank you, bro. I know you think we crazy, man. This is what
Love
we
you,
do.
man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. We just cutting up today, y'all. We just having fun. Keith, always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
We still talking about Lonnie's interview he did with us here. The man preached to us, man, without preaching.
He did an interview.
I got it on my computer right now.
He did an interview at your
studio? I
studio?
have it on my computer.
You should have put that up there.
He didn't come into my studio. He didn't come. He was on. He
What
was
the
virtual.
Yeah. So virtual
the
with
culture,
who?
with Bashir and the culture.
Oh, with Bossy and the culture. Okay, yeah. So that
And
was
Lonnie
not.
They
blessed
It
didn't
the
was
have
screen.
they didn't have
Shut it
they didn't
down.
have they didn't have transportation for me, so I had to do it from my house.
They didn't have that. They didn't have
I
the
would've
private jet
came and
people.
got
They
you.
They didn't have the
I
private
they
jet
would've
they
people.
picked you
wanted
up
me to be in the
myself.
studio. They wanted me to be in the studio. I said, "Well, how am I gonna get there? I don't know. Catch the bus."
So who?
That's the way
I
I'm
would
gonna
have
be
picked
on.
you up personally.
And he
I would
calls
have
you
picked you
bougie,
up.
Keith. He called you bougie, Keith. He bougie. He need a chauffeur. You bougie.
I need
I would have
transportation.
picked Lonnie up personally just to have Lonnie come to Phoenixville. I would have picked him up.
I'd have picked you up too. And I would have picked you up from Jersey and took you to Phoenixville. Listen, man, anytime you're in town in Jersey, Philadelphia area, you got a
Call
chauffeur,
us, man.
bro. All you got to do
Yep.
is call. Whatever you need,
You got a whole
wherever you need to
studio.
go, call me
Yep.
or call Keith. You got it. You need a studio. You
We
got
gonna
one in
hang out.
Jersey.
We gonna hang out.
You got one over there in Philly. Yep. Let's
Done.
do this.
Where
Say-
is
All right.
say
Phoenixville?
travels, bro.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't mean to ask this. How
so
far
you-
is Phoenixville from Philly?
He
So
way
think
out there,
King
man.
of
He
Prussia
bougie.
Mall?
He
No,
way out
15
there.
minutes past
Out
King of
there-
Prussia
You hear
Mall.
what he said? Out there near the King of Prussia Mall, that expensive mall.
wait.
Yeah.
So
Out
wait,
there-
so
out
Lonnie,
with all
you know
them
where the
bougie
outlets
people.
are, right? You know where the outlets are.
Oh, now
past
you're gonna
King
try
of
to
Prussia?
bring
You
it
been
back
up
in
there?
outlets.
If you've been to the
Yes.
outlets, it's before you get to the outlets. So think between the outlets and King of Prussia. I'm
See,
right.
the
okay,
regular
I
folk,
need to
he's
ride.
trying to say the outlets because the regular folk go to the outlets and the bougie people go to King of Prussia Mall.
Yeah.
That's so he's
I
trying
need
to
to
fix it
ride.
up. Yeah, he's trying to fix it up. He bougie. Look at this studio,
Yeah,
bougie.
I got to get out of here and get dressed.
Go ahead, man.
he
Do your thing.
He got to do 20 push-ups, man. Come on, get him off your screen. Tell him get off your screen.
Get off my screen.
Whatever.
Love you. Love you, man. I'm out of
Love
here.
y'all. Be good.
Y'all appreciate it. Keith, thanks for being with us. All right. I'll
Yes,
holler at
sir.
y'all. All right.
All right. Peace.
Love my boys. That's my boys. Listen, y'all, I'm out. I got to go to the beach. Yep. It's calling me. I can hear it. Can't you hear it? Can't you hear that water calling? That sand calling? Appreciate you watching today, all of you. Good show. We're mobile. This is outstanding. Having a good time. We'll actually be mobile in a couple of weeks because we'll be in Arizona again. Not this coming Friday. Or is it this coming Friday? No, this coming Friday, I think we'll be back in the studio. But the Friday after that, we'll actually be mobile again. Hopefully you enjoyed today. I did. Lonnie's a great guest, great man, great man of God, great friend. And obviously all of you know who Keith is and that he is a friend of mine. And he's just a great brother, not just in Christ, but just a great human being to be a part of and be around. Love y'all. I'm out. Don't forget to send your emails to me, those of you who won the contest, so I can get those tickets to you. Lonnie's going to send me that link, and I'll send those links out to you as quickly as possible. As soon as you send me your information to thefryarplace@gmail.com. Thefryarplace@gmail.com. Bro, Wes, I see you. God bless all of you. I think I mentioned some of your names earlier. Thank you for being with us. I'm out, y'all. Enjoy yourselves. I'm going to do the same for the rest of the time we're here in Mexico. God bless you. I think I'm going to come live on my Facebook page on my birthday. We'll see. Until then, see y'all next time. God bless. Stay safe.